Hello you guys, welcome to my DR650 build series. So the goal of this build is to make a bike that's able to go down to Tierra del Fuego. So far, a friend and I are planning on taking a trip this fall to do that. And decided to kind of document the build, kind of show you guys what I learned, kind of what I learned from you guys, and who doesn't like a good DR650 build series. So let's go ahead and I'll show you guys, start off and show you what I've done with the bike. So let's see where to start. So start with the skid plate. I've got the Cherubiz skid plate, and so far I think it works good. I don't know, I mean, some people say, oh, maybe not be as well good because it's plastic, but I think it does the job good. No problems with that. I've also got the Pro Cycle lowered foot pegs, the Warp 9 brake pedal. That was pretty easy to do, and I just recently did that. Maybe I could show you guys how I did it, but it's pretty quick and easy. And let's see, I've got my racks. So I have no idea what brand these racks are. I actually bought them off a guy on OfferUp. They're only 30 bucks, so I thought, it's a good deal. If I were to say anything about them, maybe that they aren't, if you were to drop it, you kind of see where I dented in the muffler right there. They do bend, but they're pretty simple to bend back. I don't think they're the strongest, but with those, I actually got some Tusk hard cases. I bought these off a guy off Facebook for 120. And I stopped for the price. Why not just try them out, see how they work. And for mounting them, I actually have some holes in here that I already put in there, and they actually work up with the side racks. So I like to put these on, give it a try. But I know one thing I'd like to do is I'd like to get I forget what you call it. I think it's called a crossbar or a tie bar for right here. They kind of keep these in from bending. Because again, I have no idea what brand these are, who got them. So just maybe be able to find something that'll work with that. Otherwise, if I like these, I thought maybe just go ahead and get the Tusk racks. And I also got the Sergeant seat. So yeah, the stock seat, like everybody says, pretty bad. Before I had this seat, I'd use the ATV pad, and I thought that was pretty comfortable and kind of how it compares to Sergeant's seat. I think it's actually ranks up with that. I don't know. I mean, some people might think I'm crazy saying that, but again, everybody has their own opinion. And then let's see what else. Oh yeah, the engine. I've also done the NSU screws. That was pretty simple, easy to do. I also tried to make a windscreen out of the garbage bag can. I'm sure you guys have heard of that mod. And I didn't think I did too good of a job, so probably just go ahead and find out maybe get a Baja windscreen, or I forget the other brand, what the other one is. Give that a go. And I also got some new handlebars too. I currently got them on the V-Strom. I'll show you those. I like to swap those out. Well, let's show you what I've done, or what I've got. So I've got the Cherubiz 6.6 gallon tank. I also got the vent cap. I also got the locking one too, which I'll probably try it out, see how it works. I don't know how it would work if it doesn't have the vent on there, but I'll see about that. I've also got B&B case armor. I've got front suspension. I got the Cogent Dynamics. I think the springs are 5.2. I'd like to do that here soon and see how the suspension works. So I hear a lot of people say it's the biggest thing that makes the biggest change. I also got the rear shock Mojave Dynamics one, but I'm still waiting for that to come. So I'll probably get to that later. One of the last things I'll probably do. The Cherubiz handguards. I've got new wheel bearings. I've got carb rebuild kit for the carb. I like to get to that. Fork seals, bearings for the swing arm, bushings. Yeah, let's see, what else do I have? So I'll go ahead and show you guys the handlebars that I got on the V-Strom. So I use these for a trip for my V-Strom last summer. They're the Pro Taper Adventure High, and I'd like to take these off, put them on the DR, and See how they feel. Put the old handlebars back on the V-Strom. And let's see. So we'll kind of talk about what else I'd kind of like to do that I haven't ordered yet. So I'm thinking about getting a digital dash. I'll probably the main reason I wanted to get that is just so I can watch the engine temperature. Just kind of have the ease of mind. Kind of know your engine's not overheating or anything. So I'd like to get a windscreen soon. I'm thinking about upgrading the stator. But I'm thinking about doing that or making a relay system. Kind of choose what gets power and what doesn't, really shut it off, but I'll see. Also, you can see there's some rust on the frame. Kind of like to see if I can get some of this off my exhaust. This is really rusty. I'd like to replace this. Get a new bolts and new exhaust head. The tires. I got the trail wing, the stock one up front, which, people call them the death wings, but, they work okay for the highway and the roads, but, anything with mud, they're kind of slick and dangerous. Yeah, I've got the I forget what you call this one, but I don't know if I were to get any new tires, maybe I'll get the Continental. I forget what you call them, TKCs. Something more 50/50. That's when the time comes for that. See, I thought about, I'd probably just keep the carburetor stock. And it'd be nice to have more power and all, but I just like to keep it, just not mess with it. And, more power would be nice, but do you really need it? The muffler. I'd like to get a GXXR muffler, but, again, it's one of those things where do you need it? And it'd be nice to shed the weight. But, probably if I find one for a good price, maybe I'll go ahead and do it if I have any extra time. But I'll have to see about that. Okay, so let's go ahead and take the bike out for a ride, and I'll kind of show you guys what it's like, mostly stock with the lowered foot pegs. Alright, now that the bike's all warmed up, let's go take it for a ride. Alright. Okay, so to begin, I like to talk about a few things I forgot to mention for upgrades. I know I'd like to put in an LED headlight, some LED turn signals to cut down on the watts. Maybe the mirrors too. I don't know, I don't mind it. Some people say they're ugly, but I think they look better than the spaceshipy ones people get, but that's me. Yeah, so far how it runs, it's actually one of the first rides I've done all winter, and so far it's running good. No problems. Kind of a harder start after the winter. Yeah, roads like this, these tires, it feels okay. Just as long as there's not too much gravel, it's kind of like riding on marble. It's really scary. And watch out, there's a lot of deer through here. But also, I like to talk about who I'm kind of modeling my bike after. I know if you guys have heard of Breaks to Cycles. He has a big blog on a bunch of mods he's done and took the whole bike apart, pretty much almost rebuilt the whole bike. He rode all the way from Prudhoe Bay all the way to Ushuaia. So it'd be a good bike to model it after. I know there's Peaky Overland. They have a whole bunch of good stuff too. I know there's a few other ones out there. There's just whole tons of people. But anyways, why a DR650? So to begin, this is my first bike. So kind of what I learned to ride on. I learned to work on it. If something happens, chances are I've probably already done it, and just how familiar I am with it. I know other bikes I thought about a KLR 650, and I don't know, they're okay. I know it'd probably take a lot less money to build it up. The DR you have to do so much more, but in the end it's probably a better bike. So I know I've rode a KLR before, and it feels more like a boat, to be honest, and top heavy. Everything else you got to do. Let's get on the highway here. And honestly, on the highway, might be more comfortable. But this bike, it just seems to have more mid-range power, and it wants to go. And it just doesn't vibrate as much. Gonna get up to speed here. And it's okay. And honestly, highway speeds, especially on an interstate, it's just, this bike is a pain to ride. But that's why I like to make it more comfortable. Because, I mean, it'll do it, it'll do this, but the question is, can you do it? That's the other thing. I get all tired out. My audio is, there's a lot of wind. Let's see, 70. I know my gearing, front sprocket 15 tooth, my rear is 42, so that's stock. And you know, it doesn't feel bad. The lower pegs, they feel okay. The brake pedal seems okay. Yeah, another bike I was thinking about doing this would have been a BMW F650, or they call them Funduro. And those really tempting. I know my buddy has a TR650, which has like the same Rotax engine, and he really likes that. But just having fuel injection, a more modern bike, it's really tempting. And I know they're pretty reliable too. Maybe they weigh more, but I don't know. It's just, for the DR, it's just the fun of just modding it, making your own. It's kind of what appeals it to me. Like I said, it's my first bike. Alright, slow her down here. Yeah, it's actually nice weather today. I know we had such a long winter in Minnesota. Alright. Yeah, but I'm kind of really wondering how, the suspension feels okay, you know, on the street. I'm a light guy, 160 pounds, 5'10". So I don't know, feels like I'm hunching over the handlebars a little bit, but I can't complain too much. You just had to take on a longer ride to really find out. Yeah, I just kind of know what it would feel like after everything else. And we'll turn left up here. See what else. I wish there was more areas to really take this bike off-road around here. Like, all the trails are kind of far in between, and you know, it's all farmland. There's a road up here I could go down, but we just got some rain yesterday. It's just all dug up and muddy, and you know, with these tires, that I don't want to try that. I can already tell you how that's gonna go. But yeah, roads like this, it's okay. Let's see, maybe we can do a little bit of it. I don't know, might drop the bike, might be. Yeah, just do a little bit. It's just an ugly road. Yeah, whew. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going back. See, another thing about the suspension, roads like this, it just feels like it wants to buck you off. That's no fun. Maybe I'll have to try this again later. This is another big thing I like about this bike. You can just get off it, turn it around. Try and say that about a big BMW. There we go. Well, of course, you know, I'll load it up some more, but it's not terrible. I like to think my front tire's all caked up. Yeah, sure, a lot of you guys are going, oh, that's no problem, I can do that. Well, we'll see. Kind of makes my butt pucker. Alright, this is better. Alright, we're back. So, initial thoughts? Yeah, it's okay. Let's see what it's like after all the upgrades, the suspension, and give it another test ride. See what I think. Maybe try and go down that road again. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.